Actor Michael B. Jordan, aka I Want to Be Buried with My Ancestors, had quite the year in 2018. His boosted stardom with his role in Black Panther and success with Creed 2 garnered him a much larger fan base, and he even saw his name being brought up as it was revealed that he was being considered to play Superman. While there is a Superman of African American descent present in the DC world, and the show Krypton has shown the planet as a multicultural one, I don't think Michael B is the person the DCU needs to play Superman when they already have one. And once again, no, I am not cooning. Should the time come that a black Superman movie or series becomes a thing, I'll be the first person in line or online to watch it, legally. Henry Cavill's portrayal of Superman is the Superman we certainly need. When I think about Superman putting on the suit, I always imagine Kal-El in Man of Steel, with Jor-El's infamous words about the people of Earth. The man has become recognized not just for his out-of-this-world good looks, but is widely seen as Clark Kent from Kansas, aka Superman. Looking back at some of Kal-El's most memorable DCU moments, it's easy to mention the first flight scene in Man of Steel and the Trinity sequence in BVS, but I like to point out scenes such as the scene towards the end of Man of Steel, where Jor-El tells his son that he can not only save Lois, but he can save us all. The scene in Batman v Superman Ultimate Edition, where Superman is helping people in the aftermath of the courtroom chaos, and the scene with Martha, where she tells him to be our hero or be none of it. And in retrospect, she's right when she says he doesn't know this world a thing. But in spite of these words, Superman still gives his all for the people. And that is why to many people Henry Cavill is Superman. Aside from the public outrage that came about in the aftermath of the still unconfirmed news, I sincerely hope WB as a collective thinks real long and hard about the idea of someone stepping in to replace Henry so soon. I am happy for his continued success with Mission Impossible Fallout under his belt and The Witcher, which will soon be a thing on Netflix with him in the title role, and I certainly wish him all the best. And regardless of if the issue is money or whatever, I hope the wait to see him suit up again isn't so long as to where we have to wait for what feels like an eternity for him to reappear on the big screen. After all, many of us want to erase Jawbreaker Mr. Freeze, Steel Iceberg Mouth Superman from our memory, and I'm certain Henry does as well. Like I said in a video I made a while back, Superman's arc spanning over 5 films would have been something I certainly would have loved to see, and in the grand scheme of it all, I know it would have been epic. Man of Steel and BVS still being mentioned to this day speak volumes of the amount of impact it had on the world, and anyone that says otherwise or tries to dispel this argument is simply in his or her feelings, like Aubrey Wheelchair Jimmy Graham. Henry's Superman being called brooding or depressing, something I'll touch on once again in a later video for the people in the back, simply doesn't make a lot of sense, because you have to look at things from his point of view. The idea that a hero can be super and fix things right away is part of the appeal of superheroes in general. But how can a being that was raised on Earth, even though he's not from Earth, still not be expected to have internal struggles? How can a powerful being roaming the planet and wanting to use his powers for good in such a half and half world be expected to be as happy-go-lucky like the Annabelle doll from the Conjuring movies? And this too is what Jesus endured in the Bible when he walked earth, an all-knowing, all-powerful being conceived of the Holy Spirit, who still had to endure temptation and hardships along the way in spite of all the good he did for those around him, which is part of the reason why the religious symbolisms and allegories in BVS and Man of Steel actually do make sense. Prior to Henry Cavill's portrayal of Superman, I was nowhere near as intrigued by or as invested in the character as I am even now, and I know many others that have said the same as well. So many people believe in Superman and stand by both Man of Steel and Dawn of Justice because of the guy that plays Superman in the movie. Superman was never going to be a quick fix-it character like he supposedly was in times past, because that just wouldn't fit today's climate. Just because a person from the past played it this way doesn't necessarily mean it is the best way, nor does it factually mean that it is the preferred way. And no, once again, that's not a diss. The interesting thing about the Superman question is that it brought about a very beautiful sounding tune, as well as posed some interesting questions about why a figure like Superman is controversial in the first place, and showed a prime example of why he has some of the doubts he has in the first place. And ironically, yes, there must continue to be a Superman with Henry Cavill, It's already a bad thing to meddle with films that didn't need to be meddled with in the first place, but it's another to try and replace one of the original components of this universe and expect the audience to be okay with it. And if the initial reaction to that fateful day was any indication, then WB needs to think twice about trying to replace Henry, because his portrayal means a lot to fans everywhere. It's clear his enthusiasm about the character is there, and needless to say, there's been about 6 years since the first Man of Steel, and almost 3 since Batman v Superman. Birds of Prey, Shazam, Joker, and Wonder Woman 84 all sound promising, but what about a Man of Steel sequel? There's absolutely no reason Henry Cavill should not continue playing Superman. There's tons that can be explored and further established on the big screen, and bigger events that could easily take place in a sequel. I juggle between 2 different titles for this particular video, and one will most certainly be in the description, and the other will obviously be the title itself. The fascination for myself started with Zack Snyder's vision and Henry Cavill's role, and we just want to see him fly once more.